sketch a graph of x squared plus y squared equals 25. Now, you might glance at this and think that it's an ellipse because the x squared and y squared terms are both positive. However, they both have the same coefficient, and so in this case, this is actually a circle. And we don't need to go through and divide both sides by 25 to make this 1, because when we have a circle, we generally just want x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So in this case, we have a circle centered at the origin, and the radius is 5 because r squared is 25. And that's all we need to know to sketch its graph. The center is at the origin, and because the radius is 5, we can draw points to the right, above, to the left, and down 5 units. And once we have those points, we can sketch the circle that contains all 4 of those points. And that is our graph. If you hadn't seen that it was a circle and you thought it was an ellipse and you wanted to get it in the form of an ellipse, which means getting 1 as a constant term, and you divided both sides by 25, you'd end up with x squared over 25 plus y squared over 25 equals 1. And if you went to graph this as though it was an ellipse, you'd end up getting the same thing. Because a squared is 25, that tells us that a is 5. So our x-intercepts are at plus and minus 5. And then because b squared is 25, our y-intercepts are also at plus or minus 5. And so basically, you could follow the steps of graphing an ellipse, but because the axes are the same length, the minor and major axis, you end up just getting a circle. So even if you hadn't seen this in the beginning, that it was a circle and left it like it, even if you had gone through and done this math, you should still end up getting the same graph, and hopefully you realize it's not an ellipse, it's actually a circle.